you might be choosing the wrong blush. Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, it's me, Malibu Darby. Welcome to my channel. If it's not your first time watching, welcome back. Today we are talking blushes. Blush blindness, choosing the right blush. How do you know what to do? I am here to set a hard fight for orange blush. If you have not used orange blush, stay tuned. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite orange blushes, why if you have a deeper skin tone especially, orange blush might be right for you, and just recommending some of my tips on wearing orange blush. So if you are interested, stay tuned. Okay, so let's get into it. So if you were to Google blush right now, what 9 times out of 10 is going to come up is probably someone of a lighter hue, and it's probably going to be showing you like rosy cheek, pink, kind of, you know, blushing face colors, which is exactly why pink blush may not be for you. If you are of a deeper skin tone, it's really all color theory. Orange can really look good on us and really pick up those undertones, and this goes for clothing, of course. You know, like a lot of times those bright colors look really beautiful on darker skin tones. Hair, all that stuff is color theory and seeing what works with your skin tone. So a lot of times some of those products that are not necessarily made for deeper skin tones, like intentionally, can come off cool. It can come off a little ashy. It can just wash you out a little bit versus bringing out those undertones and really brightening you up, which is where the orange blush comes in. So I'm doing my base right now. I can list all the products in the description box just so you can see, but I'm just going to show you how the orange blush and show you my favorite orange blushes and how they really make a difference in pulling out the colors in your face and really warming up your face, especially in the summertime and the springtime and those warmer months, giving you like a good glow. And again, this will vary with your skin tones, just like some people like cooler contours, some people like warmer contours, some people like cooler concealers. Personally, I do like a very warm concealer. I want golden. I want it to feel like it's golden hour on my face all the time, which is where that kind of comes in. There was even a trend that was like sunset blush, which is where you're mixing a pink and an orange blush, which I actually love to do. I think that comes out really, really pretty. But I think the orange blush plays such a big role in it. Even down to your color corrector. Depending on if you are a darker skin tone, your color corrector is probably going to be a more orange shade versus someone who is more of like a porcelain skin tone or something like that. They a lot of times will use green to cancel out the redness in their skin, whereas we're using orange to cancel out the blue, the darker, the gray hyperpigmentation in our skin. So I'm just blending out my concealer, and you can even see the one that I'm using currently is a relatively warm shade. This is an Urban Decay shade. I'm going to be using 2 Urban Decays. I like to stack mine a little bit, starting with a darker and then going in with a lighter shade. But I'm going to do my concealer, then I'm doing my foundation. I've really been liking underpainting lately, and then I'll do my blush. I'm going to be using a liquid blush today as well as a powder brush. So I'll do all my liquids first, of course, and then go in and do all of my powder products. So you can do either or with the liquid or the powder blush. I prefer to do both. And then of course you can also do a cream blush, which I don't use too much. I have combination oily skin, so I do not utilize the cream products too much, but I would use that and also set it with the powder if I did. I have some cream blushes, but they're definitely not what I am initially grabbing. So all of this, because I'm going into spring and summer, I am going a little warmer. Just like when you buy your foundations and you might be 55C, which is cool, 55N, which is neutral, and then 55W, which is warm. You really want to look at your undertones, but I found that even on lighter skin tones, orange blush just always looks really pretty. And it looks more natural. Like if you were to truly blush, it would be a little bit more of a warmer orange shade. You are probably not turning pink. When I do go for pinks, I typically go for like cranberries or a deeper pink, something that can feel a little more natural to my skin tone, especially in the winter. I feel like that's a really good fall winter blush, is a good like cranberry tone. While this dries down, one that I do love if you're going for like a cranberry or pink tone is MAC. I believe this is Raisin. She's been through the fire, but it's a really good, really usable and accessible kind of blush. If you're like, I do like pink, but I want it to still feel natural, I think Raisin from MAC is a really good option. So I'm blending out this lighter concealer. This is still Urban Decay. Really like both of these. And I just realized the Urban Decay foundation. So a little bit of an Urban Decay shout out. Now to the star of the show, the blushes, what we're really focusing on today. My favorites that I'm going in with today are going to be from Juvia Place and Beauty Bakerie. It is not lost upon me that those are two Black-owned, Black-focused companies. I feel like they knew and know exactly the shades that we need and the ranges that we need, and I love that. I think they have beautiful products, and if you're looking for affordable blushes, affordable products, both of them are really, really good and in stores that are easy to find. So this first liquid that I'm going in with, this is called Coral Rose. I'm gonna put it on my hand just so you can see. Do a nice swatch of that. So this is a really creamy liquid, nice big applicator. You can see how pigmented that is. I have obviously a tattoo on my hand, and it has covered that with no issue. So I just go in with a little dot. When these first dropped, people, especially those with a little less melanin, were saying they're too pigmented and etc, etc. Not for us. Who they're made for, they are not too pigmented for. They are absolutely beautiful, and you get a lot of product, and you don't have to use a lot of product, which we love. So I just did a very light dot because we can always add more. It's a lot harder to take away. In comparison, this is a pink that I love from them as well, that I do mix with this one when I want the sunset effect. This is Rosy Posy, and I'm going to swatch this beside it so you can see the difference, and hopefully you can see the undertone still covering my tattoos. The pigment is just so good. I mean, covering jet black tattoos on brown skin, but you see the difference in the undertone and just the color of those two. So I do still like to let my blush dry down a little bit, then I go in with my blush brush and I just kind of tap. Now where you want to place your brush, girl, do you. That's up to you. I like to go right across the tops of my cheekbone, curve up a little bit. I don't go too much here. I know some people go in the front. Live your life. Do exactly what you want to do. I just go here. I feel like I can low-key, I can add a little more. And again, I'm going to top this with my powder blush, so there's always room to add more. We're just going to add a little dot. People talk about blush blindness and all that. Who says? Who says? If you want to look like you just be having a time of your life and laughing and having a good time and being bright and warmed, who am I to tell you no? This is all a costume. All the makeup is a costume. So if your costume wants to smile a lot and have rosy cheeks, then who am I to tell you not to do that? I don't believe in it. I feel like makeup is too much of an art and a customized art for me to ever tell you what to do and how to do it. This is just the art I like. And so I like to share the art I like. And if you like the art I like, maybe you'll like this. So we're just lightly like stippling it. I don't want to move it around too much. If it ever gets out of control, I just take my foundation brush and just tap it right back on. I can even go heavy at first because I still haven't put any of my powders on, like under eye, bronzer, all that stuff. So that stuff will make a difference. Okay, my SD card and my battery both dying and running out at the same time. It's hilarious. But I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my under eye powder. This is a mix of Sasha and Ben Nye together. Again, you see how golden she is? You can go yellow. You can even go with the light pink, like one size. I haven't tried the ube, but I've seen the girls try the ube. Very mixed reviews if you have a deeper skin tone. So again, color theory. But if you don't like a super yellow under eye, then like the pink can be really good. They even have the really translucent, you know, the kind of white ones. For me, as for me in my house, I stick with the golden, or I'll dabble in the pink if I feel like I want a little too wild on the face. And I'm just gonna press it in. I just love the immediate airbrush effect that powder gives. Love. Then I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury. The bronzer also kind of has a, not kind of, she has a little bit of a warm tint. If you like a really warm bronzer, the one that I use, which I know is gone, but y'all know I love me that CoverGirl bronzer, is really warm. That's what I use like if I really want to get in there. Fenty has some really nice bronzers too that have different undertones, because again, I know some people like the cool bronzers. You don't want to get too warm. It can get too warm and now it's like burnt orange, red kind of stuff going on. Now to set it with my favorite orange blush. This is from Bakerie. This is Hey Pumpkin. And she's orange. Like, she is orange, but she's not too pigmented, so it looks really nice on. So I'm just going to go in with that same brush and I'm just going to tap up, but it just brings so much warmth to the face and adds dimension. Really nice. Sometimes I'll even go on my nose a little bit. It just helps add some color to the face. And if you do like, if you don't, you know, if you want to do maybe an orange cream, I mean an orange liquid and then a pink blush, that could be a vibe too. In pink, I do like e.l.f. has a putty blush. Their putty blush is very cute, and they have a pink one that's very nice. My deepest in my skin finish, just to set the other areas. Again, I want that like summer sun-kissed vibe is what we're going for. I'm just gonna spray to kind of melt all this together. Very neutral lip. This is just a brown lip liner. Shout out to the Beauty Supply. I have done my lip liner so dirty, I can't invest in lip liners anymore. The way I would lose a chestnut is just despicable. We can't do it. This is a Maybelline lip. Old. When I say old, I mean an old Maybelline lip. I feel like I need a little more lip liner. Okay, here we are with the final face. To me, the orange blush, especially for summer, is an essential. It's a must-have. The ones I used today were Juvia's Place Coral Rose and Bakerie Hey Pumpkin. If you haven't tried an orange blush, I highly recommend grabbing an affordable one, testing it out, and just seeing what you think. For deeper skin tones, it really helps kind of bring that sun-kissed look, glowy, pick up on those undertones. It's just I think it's a beautiful finishing touch to even mix with your pink blushes. Have you tried an orange blush? Would you consider it? Let me know. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Can't focus on me.